Hey there, I'm picking up where I left off. I have a 15-minute maximum to record these videos. So the last thing I showed you was the prohibited elements and important considerations for your writing. So in other words, it's your checklist to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing in terms of your writing at a base level. Aside from that, I also had the academic tone inventory written down. So I'm going to have to shift some things around here so I can get this to work. On Canvas, if you scroll down to the same resources section at the bottom and click on writing resources, you will see the academic tone inventory template and the academic tone example. I'm going to pull up the example just because it's somewhat already completed to a certain extent. This document is going to be very important. Not only am I going to ask for it as part of your final writing portfolio, it's going to be part of this week's requirements for you to submit. I want to see that you're looking at the feedback that I provide and that you are actively taking a look at your errors that you're committing in your writing, some common trends, things that you happen to do quite often. This is your check sheet. This is your tracking sheet, if you will. So you can put, for instance, the type of error in this column, run-on sentence, fragment, comma splice, comma before coordinating conjunction, conversational phrase. Any of these things that you see based on my feedback in your in-class writings, add to this list, especially if you're seeing it as a repeating trend. So you would put the type of error here, the frequency or how many times it's happened, the in-class writing that it happened in or that it occurred in, and then a resolution how to fix that problem. That can be found in writer's reference. You can take the writer's reference, take a look at the index and look up comma splice or look at run-on sentence or sentence fragment. That particular writing guide will give you a page in the index and it will tell you exactly how you resolve those types of issues. And so I would be looking for a page number there. You can also use external links that you can trust. So you can post a link to an online resource, if you will. I'm looking to see that you've done research regarding how to resolve some of the issues that you are commonly committing in your writing. You have ownership of this document. I want to see that you are using it to your benefit, that you're making it an advantageous tool for you. It's easy to constantly say, improve your academic tone, improve it, write in stronger sentences, choose stronger words. But we all have our own writing style. And because we all have our own unique writing style, we also commit unique instances of writing errors. Some of us use more commas than others. Some of us use semicolons inappropriately. Some of us choose words that are conversational or indicative of spoken English. When I point that out to you, this is your opportunity to start tracking that and use this as your roadmap to improve your academic tone. This is the how-to. This is your tangible, actual guide for how to improve your academic tone. And it's tailored to you. It's tailored to your writing style, to your dominant impression in your writing, and it's all based on my feedback of your work. So I want you to start looking at this document, taking it seriously. Go ahead and integrate it as a regular practice in your writing. When you get your assignments back, as soon as you get them back, pull this document up and start tracking. Make it part of your regular process. Start tracking the errors you're committing so that you can actively improve upon them. That will be due as part of the writing portfolio at the end of the class, the very end of class, but I'm also going to want to see it this week to see that you are starting to track some of the errors that I'm pointing out in your writing. This is just an example. I will try to post another example that you can see, but there's also a blank template, for instance, right above it that's ready to go. It's just got the columns. You just go in, hop in there and start tracking. I do want to show you, many of you are already familiar with how to do this, but if you need to add a column, you can right click. Let me enable editing here. You can right click in this document and go to insert entire row above or below as needed, and it will insert another row. The idea is that this is going to be a long list of items. It's not going to be just two, not just three. It's going to be an accurate, realistic depiction of the types of errors you're committing in your writing. So it's eventually going to be longer. Aside from that, I'm going to also point out the study guide. So if you go to course material tab here into the study guide, I'm going to update this to include all of the concepts that we've talked about. It's got some of the basic stuff, but this is your go-to guide. If you're ever confused or you're questioning, what do I need to be doing? What content do I need to know? If you want it all in one place to help you, this is that document. As we go through each module, I'm putting the readings. I'm giving you a breakdown of what you will find on the PowerPoint slides and some other notes on here. And it will be yours to use however. You don't have to use it, but I'm just taking upon myself to provide you another resource. This will be updated also this weekend with updated content for you to use if necessary. The other important thing is to make sure you're looking at my feedback. I am on the instructor view of Canvas, so it's going to look somewhat different than what you see. And I can't go into individual assignments too much without showing student grades. But when you go under assignments, and let's do this, I'll go to student view so it looks somewhat similar. When you go into assignments and you click on each individual assignment, I'm going to be providing you an actual draft, a Word document of my feedback. It's your original assignment with all of my comments, with all of my edits. I've saved it and uploaded it so that you can go in and access it. If you haven't been, it's imperative that you go in and start looking at those documents, probably even saving them somewhere. Save them to your desktop, save them to a folder somewhere so that you can go through and start tracking with your academic tone inventory and to, make it work for you, work smart. It's easier than digging through here and uploading from Canvas every time you need to look at a document or to see my feedback. Just start compiling this in a resource that works better for you. But I want to make sure everyone's looking at that feedback also. If you have questions about the feedback, let me know. I also want to make sure you all know about office hours. I held an office hour open session from 7 to 8 tonight, which is Wednesday. And I had a few people stop by. I want you to take advantage of the resources you have available to you. The Writing Center is available for in-person appointments, but they also operate via virtual appointments. Keeping in line with the modality of this class, if you would like to continue operating online, you can operate through online Writing Center sessions. I think that is all of the administrative updates. If you're missing assignments, if you have any type of activity that may be in question, I will be reaching out to you individually by email. In some instances, I may be asking you to resubmit an assignment altogether. So it's important that you keep checking Canvas, you keep checking assignments. When you get notifications that I've left a comment, make sure you're hopping in there and checking it. I'm going to conclude this video. I think that's a good chunk of almost 20 minutes or so of various things that are useful, some updates. This week's material will be covering focusing ideas, generating ideas, conceptualizing your ideas, and to also look at thesis statements and make sure everyone understands what an explicit thesis statement is and how to better organize your writing. And this is going to help you as you start looking at the ideas you may have for the first contextual essay and to be able to organize those ideas and then translate them into writing. So we're going to take a look at some of those ideas. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me.